It started as an ordinary summer evening over a small Midwest town, calm, warm, unassuming. Families gathered around dinner tables, dogs barked, and the steady hum of crickets filled the air. No one noticed that the wind had stopped breathing. Then, in one impossible heartbeat, the sky shifted into a shade of emerald fire. Panic had no time to form before the impossible began. Witnesses later described it as a color they had no words for, too vivid to be natural, too perfect to be earthly. Every rooftop gleamed in a surreal reflection, like glass dipped in light. The sun had already set, yet shadows moved as though under a new, alien star. It wasn't just light, it felt alive, pulsing, observing. Phones came out instantly, but every recording glitched, frames freezing and screens bleeding into static green. The digital world itself seemed infected, as if reluctant to capture what did not belong. Electrical grids flickered, and car alarms wailed in rhythmic unison. It was 1 minute, but that minute stretched into eternity. Meteorologists across nearby counties scrambled into confusion. No storms, no auroral events, nothing atmospheric that could explain it. Satellites caught no anomalies, no solar burst, no radiation spike. Only blank data, perfectly clean, as though reality itself had censored the truth. When the sky returned to its normal muted blue-gray, silence followed. Birds were gone, just gone, leaving an absence that crawled under the skin. The crickets resumed their song several seconds later, unaware that for 1 minute the world had stopped. The smell of ozone lingered in the air, sharp and metallic. In the following days, locals reported strange side effects, blurred memories, dreams tinted green, time lapses in conversations. Streetlights flickered at midnight, always for 60 seconds exactly. Even pets seemed hesitant to look upward after dusk. Something deep within the human instinct had taken note and filed it under danger. Scientists from multiple research institutions arrived, setting up equipment across cornfields and rooftops. Radiation counters remained silent, electromagnetic readings flatlined. Yet, sensitive microphones captured faint low frequencies, the kind associated with tectonic stress or deep-sea communication. Something enormous had spoken, and the air had listened. Old locals remembered legends of the Verdant Gate, a myth about the sky opening once every century to swallow lost moments. They laughed about it in daylight but whispered it at night. After all, even myths start somewhere, and coincidence rarely wears such precision. Exactly 1 minute cannot be chance. One resident, a retired radio technician, swore his analog receiver picked up a modulated voice during the event. He replayed the tape again and again. It contained whispers repeating a series of coordinates, then silence. When journalists checked those coordinates, they led to an uninhabited forest hundreds of miles north. Explorers reached that forest weeks later. Trees that were bleached pale as bone on one side, perfectly normal on the other. Soil samples shimmered faintly in darkness, as if storing something unseen. It wasn't radiation, scientists checked twice, but the readings oscillated with the heartbeat of the Earth itself. A security camera from a service station 8 miles away recorded the green reflection spreading out like an ocean wave. Every object mirrored the color: steel pumps, asphalt, even shadows. Yet the timestamp glitched, looping the same minute again and again. 1 minute replayed forever, like an echo refusing to die. Local news agencies dubbed it the Emerald Anomaly. Consultants appeared on talk shows, offering theories from solar interference to mass hallucination. But every explanation felt like wallpaper over a fracture too deep to conceal. People who witnessed it aged differently. They said time slowed in their dreams. A high school astronomy club retrieved weather balloon footage, lost during the phenomenon. The SD card contained no visible video, only frames of pulsating green light accompanied by whispers. Analysis revealed 3 words embedded in the audio waveform itself: not supposed to. The meaning remained as cryptic as the night itself. Meanwhile, sleeping residents described identical nightmares. Standing under the green sky, they felt their reflections smile back independently. A mirror dream shared by hundreds across the county. Psychologists called it coincidence, until one therapist saw the glow reflected in her patient's eyes at dawn. Government agencies quietly confiscated laboratory data citing national atmospheric security. Researchers found themselves bound by non-disclosure agreements overnight. Satellite imagery of the event vanished from public archives. The green sky was erased from history, yet its memory lived stubbornly in those who had seen it. Months later, truckers driving along Interstate 70 reported a flicker of green horizon exactly at the same minute mark on their clocks. It came and went like a reflex. A traffic camera briefly captured it. Time code showed 0 deviation, 60 seconds, no more. The precision was too mechanical to be natural. Radio waves at that timestamp spiked with an indecipherable resonance. Linguists, audio engineers, and cryptographers analyzed it. It wasn't random noise. It possessed syntax, rhythm, even pauses, like a language waiting to be decoded. Humanity had heard something trying to communicate, but only for 1 minute. Eventually, paranormal forums exploded with green glitch theories. Some claimed the sky was a simulation reboot. Others speculated the color represented data corruption in reality. Yet, among the chaos, a few users uploaded coordinates matching those whispered radio transmissions. What existed at that location would soon terrify them. Amateur investigators hiking to the site found metallic fragments half buried in moss, humming faintly even when separated. They pulsed in rhythm with heartbeats of those nearby, slowing down when touched, like living metal. The samples later vanished from laboratories, replaced by forged documentation declaring no anomalies detected. Surveillance drones captured faint glowing circles appearing briefly above the tree line during late nights. Each circle matched the hue of that impossible green. They hovered soundlessly, geometrically perfect, then faded as though folding back into another dimension. Those who watched live feeds reported nosebleeds and static headaches. Religious groups began interpreting the minute as divine warning, portals, judgment, or manifestation. Houses filled with candles, chants echoed through empty streets. But deep down everyone felt it wasn't holy, it was mathematical, deliberate, clinical, as if an experiment had briefly exposed its control variables. A single piece of evidence remained unaltered, an old analog photograph captured during the phenomenon. The image showed the town drenched in emerald radiance, yet a faint silhouette hovered high above, indistinct, but humanoid. Experts dismissed it as exposure distortion. The photographer took his own life 2 weeks later. Survivors suffered fading eyesight traced to unknown retinal patterns shaped like fractals. Hospitals noted the same irregular structure repeating subtly across patients, tiny green hexagons inside the cornea. Vision specialists admitted they'd never seen such structures occur naturally, yet the pattern duplicated perfectly in every case. By the anniversary, the town held a silent vigil. Exactly at 9:37 p.m., the wind ceased once more. Everyone tilted their heads upward in paralyzing anticipation. The sky remained normal. Yet deep beneath the silence, radios crackled faintly with static that seemed to breathe. The minute may have ended, but something had remembered. Archived air samples reopened later revealed microscopic crystalline dust, not pollen, not ice. Each crystal encoded identical microimprints, like stored data signatures. Those patterns aligned perfectly with sections of human DNA never understood before. The discovery was sealed classified within hours. Following winter brought heavy auroras unnaturally far south. Green ribbons danced in the night skies above the same towns. Children pointed and smiled, but elders shuttered windows and prayed quietly. They recognized the tone of that green, too sharp, too intentional, almost waiting for acknowledgement. International experts compared reports spanning 40 years, uncovering similar one-minute anomalies across continents. Always green, always silent, always precise. None had made headlines, erased before they could spread. Humanity might be witnessing scheduled maintenance of reality itself. One anonymous whistleblower released classified radar streams. They showed not light but dense data transmissions descending vertically. Moral panic swept through online communities, triggering mass hysteria. Within hours, the leak vanished, replaced by official statements claiming it was digitally fabricated. Linguistic AI models trained on the broadcast frequencies discovered repeating messages hidden at musical intervals. They translated roughly to "calibration complete." Viewers laughed uneasily, then realized the words weren't random, they were timed exactly 1 year after the original event, to the second. Communications researchers noticed subsequent green flashes concentrated near major data centers and power grids. It was as though the color followed electricity itself, feeding through cables, networks, and fiber lines. Every outage carried the same strange time signature, 60 seconds of digital blindness. Journalists chasing the pattern vanished after receiving anonymous packages, unmarked drives containing only a green flicker that loops endlessly. Those who opened them experienced device failure and burning retina sensations. One survivor described hearing whispers within the static saying, "Turn around." Soon, global observatories reported brief blackouts on sensors exactly during the green minute. Space, too, seemed to hold its breath. Astronomers stared into void monitors while telescopes blinked unresponsive, like celestial eyes purposely closed. Something was synchronizing, down to the atom. Throughout the country, clocks malfunctioned during daylight savings updates, skipping 1 minute forward with no input. The missing time matched the green event precisely. It wasn't weather, nor solar anomaly, it was deliberate omission, as if time edited itself to realign. At last, new sensors developed to detect atmospheric memory captured faint afterimages, like a looped holographic burn across the sky. The imprint pulsed every 24 hours. For those attuned enough to feel it, headaches arrived precisely then. The air itself was remembering being green. And so, one question remains that no scientist dares to write in a report: was it a phenomenon, or a message? If the sky turned green for 1 minute, maybe the universe blinked, to check its own reflection. The next blink could last longer.